What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Ostensibly, the Gina Carano lawsuit is really about, they say it's about gender and how Disney treats its male employees differently than its female employees. I think we actually know it's actually about ideology and how they treat their employees with similar ideology very different than the ones with the other kind. And that is, of course, Mark Ruffalo can go out and say whatever he wants. Pedro Pascal, the darling of Hollywood and Disney, Pedro Pascal can come out and call half of America Yahtzees and all the other horrible things. But Gina retweets someone else saying, hey, let's be nice to each other. Let's not do what they did. And of course, what happened. And meanwhile, the Zegler, everyone I know, she lives rent-free anytime someone says weird.
Yeah, weird.
But she has had a series of tweets, Instagrams, whatever. It's not tweets, right? Because she's one of them is Get Off X, but she's a series of social media posts where if anyone else had done this, and by anyone else, I mean anyone that didn't have their ideology, they'd probably be fired because this is way worse than anything Gina has done. And of course, Zegler will get away with it. A couple people picked this up, including Steph, Minority Home, Clifton Duncan Jr., so yeah, we'll see. But so here's the first one. She says, I find myself speechless in the midst of this. Another 4 years of hatred. No, we just had 4 years of hatred. We're trying to move on from that hatred. Leaning us towards a world I do not want to live in. Wow. Leaning us towards a world that will be hard to raise my daughter in. Leaning us towards why? Because your daughter's going to need a bunch of abortions? Calm down. Leaning us towards a world that will force her to have a baby she doesn't want. Why would it force her to have First, don't fuck. Second, if something horrible would have happened, incest, rapey stuff like that, those are still allowed. By the way, also, all that happened is it went back to a state-by-state basis. So if you are in a liberal state, you will be able to kill your babies with no problem. You just stay in California or New York or whatever the hell it is. I shouldn't be shocked, but I am heartbroken for my friends who awoke for fear. I'm laughing at your friends who awoke in fear this morning. And I am here with you to cry, to yell, to hug, to wax poetic on how the left continues to fail us in forging a new path forward. This loss should not have been, and it certainly should not have been so many votes. I echo Ethel Kane's statement. More than anything, may Trump supporters, which is more than half of America now, thank you very much, and a substantial amount, whether they want to believe it or not, of people who used to be, or may currently still be Disney supporters. And by supporters, I mean they give them money. So when you say, I hope may Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. I want you to know that ever since the election, I've slept like a goddamn baby every night. Not a hint of a fear or a nightmare. Here's you continue. There is also a deep sickness. And this I agree with. We just talking about each other, I guess. There's also a deep sickness in this country that is shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatens our democracy. No, what it shows is the actual majority of people were able to see through the fog of lies and years of just the worst out of context clips. Maybe they did their own research and they could see that the only actual threats for democracy and the deep sickness is coming from the cultural Marxists and socialist communists on the left. And I used to think that was all hyperbolic, but no, they are literal communists. Sorry. Yeah. So continuing, she says, a terrifying number of people who stand behind what this man preaches. It's America first, make America great again, have economy and living wages. Yeah, horrible. That we should be the greatest country in the world. Such a horrible thing to get behind. Totally not like politicians have won elections on the back of that message for decades. It is foolish subscription to a false sense of security, of masculinity, of intelligence, of patriot. It's not false. All real. And by the way, this would have been fine until he got shot in the head. The ear's part of the head, it counts. Till he got shot in the head, and then instead of crying and whimpering or running and panicking, he had the presence of mind to sit up and raise his fist in the air and say, fight, and tell everyone to keep going. Yeah, no, that is masculine as fuck. That's rather intelligent. And also, if you've heard what he said, if you've actually listened to anything he said at any extended time beyond an MSNBC or CNBC or any of the CNNs, he has a lot of humanity. He has a humanity. I'm sorry he made a grab by the pussy. They let you, by the way, was what he said in that locker room talk joke. You should hear what we all say behind the scenes. Yeah. The women, too. Yeah. Turns out everyone talks a little spicy when they don't think other people and only their friends or close confidants are listening. I know Billy Bush wasn't a close confidant, but you get the point. Get off Elon's app, by the way. #1 news source, #1 app downloaded is X now. So, yeah, we are the media. The fuck you doing there? I just told you. They're eating you up on Twitter. I don't use that app for a reason. He helped get the man elected. Yep, you're goddamn right. He is a hero. Right up there is one of the legends. And you're giving him business. I was talking about finding catharsis in art. I don't care if you're going to pick a fight with me. It's been done before. Find something real to be mad at today. There's plenty to go around. Now we're getting ready to fix all that. Here she finishes off. Okay, that's all. Going on stage for Act 2 now and need to get off my soapbox before I get too heated. Sending love to everyone who needs it today. May we all carry each other through the worst. And hope. Well, what if the Trump supporter and Donald needed love today? Follow your governors, hold them accountable. Local government is where we make. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sure. I will love you through these 4 years as best I can. Fuck Donald Trump. Those are her words. And then, yes, just showing that she has a history of this. Still has a job somehow. So rules for me, but not for thee. And very odd that.
Yeah. Weird.
But we'll see. Either way, what do you think about this? What do you think about Disney Snow White saying "fuck the president"? Fuck half of or all of the Americans who voted for him, which is over 80 million people. It looks like. Anyway, par for the course. Either way, let me know. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well, bye.